Hey guys, what's going on? Greenville Gear. Appreciate you watching and visiting the channel. I haven't done an SGC order in about a year or so, and so I'm excited today to show you both the preview and the reveal in this video. Here's the stack of cards, and then through the magic of editing, and I'll tell you all about the cards and where they came from and all that stuff. But again, through the Hollywood magic, I'll be able to put the reveal for the grades when they come back in a couple weeks on the back end of this video. So stick around for that. But let me show you the cards that are going to SGC right now. Some of them are reholders and some of them are new fresh grades. So I'll show you what's up here. All tobacco cards, all pre-war. So if you're interested in those especially, definitely stick around. But this is a 1910 Piedmont cigarettes, obviously T206. And this is a Lena Blackburn card, and part of how this ended up in my collection is I have been working on building the Providence Grays set. There's 8 cards in the set, and so this is one of the ones I was really happy to add. So one of the 8 I needed. This is a Piedmont back, as I mentioned, and it's graded pretty high. It's a 5.5, or at least 5.5 is high for my collection. So one of my things about my collection is I just really like the new holder, and I like my collection to be consistent, and some people care about that and some people don't. That's just a personal preference, and so I'm going to send this SGC and get it in the clean 5.5 new holder, and so that won't be a surprise at all. Another one that won't be a surprise is the only one of these in my collection, which is a T205. It's a 1911 polar bear Tony Smith card. And there's the back. Some good tobacco staining on the back. I like the T205 backs. You actually get some stats and a little bit more about the player. Whereas, of course, on the T206, you just get the cigarette back. So actually, that's a plus for the T205 set. But this is the only T205 I have. There's two kind of designs. There's the other one that's kind of the baseball diamond. I really prefer this square gold bordered edge look to this one. I guess they're all got the gold border, but this just looks like a cleaner design to me. So if and when and as I acquire more T205s, I think they will be of this variety. But anyway, this was in a SGC 2.5. Again, in the old flip, as they say, and I think it'll look really sharp in the new flip. And so that's that. And one more reholder to send off. It's a really old tobacco card as well, but it's actually a soccer card. This is from the 1906 Ogdens cigarettes set. And it's pretty cool because this is just what they called football club colors. So it's not a player name, it's just the club. This is Middlesbrough AFC, and here's the back. And you hear about the club. So the first set that they did, best as I can tell, and I'll show you some from a different set in a moment, was really the club, not the player. They really wanted to show the sweater and the colors. So pretty cool. So this is obviously also slab. This is a reholder as well. This is in an SGC 5. So a nice grade on this. And so I just think it'll look good. This is actually the only 1906 Ogdens that I have. And I don't even remember how I got this. I must have just got it slabbed, for a bargain. And I thought a year or two ago, I thought, well, I'll re-slab it eventually. So today is the day. So there's the Middlesbrough 1906. Pretty cool. Let me show you the ones that I am going to have raw card grading. The first one is this card, a T206. Not in the greatest shape. This is Steamer Flanagan Buffalo. You can see that it's got a crease right here. It's rough. Soft corners. It's not going to do well in terms of grading. I won't predict what it is, but obviously it'll probably be a 1, 1.5. I'm not sure. Also on the back, it's rough. Somebody wrote, looks like CRR on the back. I found this at an antique store about 15 miles east of my house. And it's an old mill back, so it's not a Piedmont or a sweet cap back or even a polar bear. I don't know. It just seemed like it was a good buy in the moment. It wasn't a lot of money. And so I am going to get it encapsulated, and we'll see what SGC says. Again, very, very low expectations for this. I'm guessing a 1, but again, I don't get into that business too much. So we'll see how that turns out. And then let me show you the next cards. And these are also tobacco soccer cards, like the Middlesbrough card. But these are not from the 1906 set. These are from the 1908 Ogdens cigarette set, when they actually started featuring players. So it's kind of neat. It's a very similar looking set, as you can see here. It's just not about the club, it's about the player now, which is pretty cool. So they kind of picked, I think, like the top player from each club. This is W.A. Silto. Again, 1908 Ogdens. Really cool design. The white border is going to look great in the slab. And it looks like he played for Barnsley. And there's 50 cards in this set. I really like the set. And I have a bunch of them, so I decided to peel off some of my better cards and see how they do with SGC. You can see the corners are pretty sharp. Centering's pretty good. We'll reserve any kind of guess or judgment for how this is going to come back, but I'm hoping it's pretty good, so we'll see. Another one that's in pretty good shape from my 1908 Ogdens is this one, B. Warren. Centering not as great here, but this is from that set as well. Still looks pretty sharp. Nice white borders. Again, off left to right a bit. Nevertheless, pretty neat card. And then the last experiment I have is 2 copies of the last 2 cards. And these are also 1908 Ogdens soccer cards. This is J. Ashcroft, who played for Arsenal, London club. And you can see the backs here. One is better than the other. I believe the one in my right hand is better than the one in my left hand. Sharper corners, a little brighter. Certainly one will do better than the other, but the other one is no pushover. So it'll be really interesting to see. What I will likely do is, however these come back, you know, if one is a, I don't know, pick your number, a 4, and one is a 2, I will just probably sell the 2 to kind of help pay for the order, and then keep the higher grade for my PC. I think that's probably what I'll do. Pretty neat. And then one more set, pair from this 1908 Ogdens. Again, one better a little bit than the other, J.D. Taylor. So it'll be really interesting to see how SGC, and in their opinion, will grade these. I have a feeling that one will be a little better than the other, but again, you've got this kind of tobacco stain here on this one, but maybe this one has a rougher corner. I'm not sure. This one might be a little closer than the Ashcroft set. We'll see. So those are the 10 cards. I'm going to put them in the mail, and I really appreciate you, of course, watching. That's awesome, and do consider a subscribe too. That would be really nice, or a like or something like that, and stick around, and I will splice in and edit the reveal. So I'll see you in just a second to see what kind of grades these cards got. All right, thanks. Okay, guys, well, we're back, and so is the order. SGC, as usual, was fast and efficient, and offered, I thought, fair grades on the new stuff, and all of the things usually that we expect with SGC were realized. So I was real happy with that. I do have a different camera that I'm using, so you'll have to let me know if this looks better than the preview part of the video. I think it does, but you all will know better than me. So let me get into the cards and show you what came back. The first couple here, first 3 are reholders, but I'll show you how they turned out. This is the Lena Blackburn, which was an SGC 5.5, still isn't 5.5, of course, but this was in an old flip. I'd picked this one up as part of my t206 Providence Grays run, and I'm almost finished with that, and so now it's nice to have this in the new flip. I think it looks great. It's a Piedmont 350 back, as you see here. And so really happy to have Lena Blackburn come back in that new holder. Another new holder is my one and only, as I said in the preview, T205 card, and it's this Tony Smith. And it's in a 2.5. It was always in a 2.5, but I had gotten it for a song in a very old flip, and I thought, well, I might as well start picking up some T205s if they're affordable. I think they're less affordable than when I bought this, to be real honest. You can see some good tobacco staining on the back. That never really bothers me too much. I think it gives it a little bit of character for what these are. So I think that looks good in the new flip as well, and now you can go back and compare with how it looked as part of the old flip versus the new flip. And then the last one that's a new holder is part of this Ogden cigarettes that I've been collecting. So there's a difference between the 1906 and the 1908, as I mentioned. The 1906 was really just the team, and so this is Middlesbrough, but this is in obviously a 5, and so it was also in a very old flip. So I was happy to just add this one to the order and get this one in a new flip, and then consistent with all of my other Ogden cigarettes soccer cards. And so that one is the Middlesbrough, and I thought that looked pretty nice. So there are those 3 to start us off. Those all 3, again, were the reholders. So now we'll get into the real nitty-gritty, and that is the new grades on the cards that I sent in. Some tobacco pre-war soccer cards, but also a T206 card as well. So I'll show you the T206 card. This is one, as I mentioned, I think I got at a antique store down the road in rough shape, and it's that Steamer Flanagan. So there it is. So we were able to, and this was a raw, obviously all the rest of all of these were raw submissions. They were ungraded, so now this is graded. We knew that it had this not great crease up in the corner, and then if you recall on the back, it has the old mill back, which is nice to have an off back, but it is also got that writing on it, and so that is not ideal. So when it came back from SGC, it was graded an SGC 1. And so that's fine and fair to me. I will probably sell it only because, and this was, I think, my intent all along, I just try to avoid T206 cards below, for my PC, a 2.5 or so. And so that's that. I think I'll be able to get a Steamer Flanagan, maybe in a better grade, and still an old mill, and be happy. So that's the Steamer Flanagan, came back a 1. I wasn't really a surprise, not disappointed given the crease and the writing and all that stuff. It's pretty much what I expected. Okay, up next is one of the Ogden's cards, and this one, I think I got beat up a little bit. This is the Warren card. So this is the 1908 set. Remember, the 1906 set, as you see here, I've learned, is just the club. This one is actually the player, and this is B. Warren, among the famous footballers of 1908. And so then you can flip, and actually what I like about the set too is there's a little bit of information about the player and their club, and so he played for Derby. And so there it is. This was the worst grade, though, I think, of all of the 1908s. If you can see here, it looks pretty good to me, but SGC said it was only a 2 good. So that one was honestly a little bit of a disappointment. I wasn't mad about it, but I did pick this one out of the stack of Ogdens that I had, thinking that it would be in the 4 to 5 range. So that was a little bit, honestly, of a letdown. I'll still keep it for my set that I'm building here of the 1908 and the 1906 Ogdens, but nevertheless a little lower grade than I would have hoped. The other one-off within the 1908 set did a little better, and honestly didn't look that different in condition. This is the card number 19, W.A. Silto, and you can see the back of the card here. And it looks like Barnsley was his club. And so there's the Silto. Nice centering, nice color, a couple of nice, pretty good corners and stuff. SGC scored this one a 4, very good, excellent. And so that was kind of what I expected. And honestly, that's kind of what I expected with that Warren as well, but there it is. So those two I'm happy to have in my set. So I'm not going to complain about it too much. There's nothing worse, right, than watching one of these reveals and just all kinds of complaining about it. But sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. I'll show you the next two. This was two of the same card. And this is J. Ashcroft. And so there's Ashcroft. Remember, I had two of these. There they are. And I knew that one was a little better than the other. This one was graded by SGC a 3, so this was clearly the lesser copy. Here's the back of the card. And I think he was on Arsenal, if I'm not mistaken, from what I'm reading on the back. So happy with the 3, even happier with the other one that was a 5. So that one just a little sharper, a little cleaner. Really pleased about that. So that one will stay in the collection. I think what I will likely do is then sell the 3. And that's fine. I don't make a habit of doing that, but I knew that I had the 2, and I knew one would be better than the other. And as I mentioned kind of in the preview of the reveal portion, the Taylor card, also from the 1908 Ogdens, I had 2 of those. One came back a 4, and I knew one was a little better than the other. So the 4 I listed, and it sold very quickly. And then the one that I will keep is this one. So this is card number 9, J.D. Taylor. And so there it is. And it looks like he's with Everton. And you can see that and sort of get that sense from the blue jersey. So there's the Taylor card also being added to my Ogdens run. I think there's 50 cards in the 1908 Ogden cigarettes, and so I think I'm close to actually having all of them, but a very small portion of them are graded, so some of them are better than others. But anyway, that's the reveal. I really appreciate you watching and kind of coming along for the ride. Let me know if you had a favorite card. Let me know how you think the reveal of the grades and how the scores from SGC came out and what you thought. I wasn't really surprised. Everything seemed just about what I expected, and that is pretty much par for the course with SGC. I think you can usually expect a pretty fair shake. So thanks again for watching. If you are interested, I have loads of other tobacco card videos and vintage card videos and some old reveals and that kind of stuff, so do check those out. But anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Take care.